Yeah, the boys are still chasing the girls, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm TJ Schwanke, and welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. Today we're in southern Alberta, and I've waited 14 years to draw an antelope permit here, and I've got what's called a trophy antelope permit here, and basically that's a mature buck. And I had great plans of doing a lot of scouting and spending a lot of time out here, and as with plans, life always gets in the way, but so we had a really busy summer. We had a couple hunts come up, and then some work came up, so this is our first day scouting, and it's Saturday, and season opens Monday, so definitely not getting in the time that I wanted to. We kind of covered a bunch of the fringe country earlier today and didn't see any antelope at all, which wasn't surprising, but it's just one of those places you want to look. And now we're kind of getting into the prime antelope country here and kind of seeing antelope everywhere. But they're just right at the end of the rut here. This is a late September season here. So if you find does, you're going to find bucks. But, you know, as you can see in this group out here, you've got 3 bucks on 1 doe. So she must be hot, but today we're just going to do a lot of driving. Tomorrow we're going to do a lot of driving and just keep looking at bucks until we find one that kind of piques my interest, I guess. But huge zone here. We've I don't know, we've probably got 200 or 300 kilometers by 200 or 300 kilometers, so it's we'll never look at it all, but I've hunted this zone before and have a pretty good idea of, you know, where the prime antelope areas are. The other big problem this year is that the fire hazard is super extreme here, so a lot of the ranchers just aren't allowing access, so that's the other thing we're going to have to deal with. But no matter what, antelope hunting in Alberta is a ton of fun. Well, that one definitely looks a little better. He was just getting water here. There's looks like there's a dugout over here. Anywhere there's a tree in this country, there's pretty much a dugout, so we just got him down there, but the second he saw us, he started running up on the ridge. So we didn't get a great look at him, but he definitely, I'm sure he was over 15 inches and, you know, decent weight and decent prongs on him. Good sign. We've seen, you know, 2 decent bucks, and we've only driven, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 miles in the area where I thought there was going to be some antelope. So it's just getting to be around noon now. So who knows what else the day will hold. But yeah, he's just up top that ridge now. He's keeping a pretty close eye on us. Neat thing about where we're hunting here is there's designated trails here, but it can be 2 or 3 miles between trails, and you're not allowed off the trails. So you know, if you see antelope 2 miles out there, you're going on foot. So it does keep a lot of hunters out of this area, and for us it's perfect. We'll just throw our backpacks on and go antelope hunting. So if he gets out in the middle there, it'd be a perfect place to do a stalk on him. But let's go see what else we can find. Good antelope, but
Everyone has a dream season at some point in their lives.
we've got full freezers, a busy taxidermist, and several animals in the record books.
We sure do. Join us for our best season ever.
Join us on our dream season, season 24 of Outdoor Quest TV. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Sacco Antica Firearms, demand perfection. Zeiss, we make it visible. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Closed captioning provided by Deluxe Wall Tents, made in Canada for Canadian conditions. So it's morning and day 2 of our scouting here, and we're checking out some new property today. We covered a ton of area yesterday. I know both our eyes looked like they were bleeding last night. We did so much glassing and looking, but just a smaller pasture here that we're checking out. But I've seen some good antelope in here over the years, so check it out first thing, and then we've got a couple of other areas to check out. We've got access to quite a bit of property here. Like I said, there's a lot of places we couldn't get on because of the fire hazard, but still got lots and lots of area to look at. And it was funny yesterday. I mean, you could drive through one spot and see 10 antelope and go back an hour later and not see any, or vice versa. So just a matter of covering ground. Like today we need to find our target antelope, though. You kind of want to have a target antelope for Monday morning. And so far, I don't know if we have one. It's been nice so far, though. We haven't seen too many hunters. Saw a couple yesterday. There was some bow hunters out, but I think we only ran into a couple guys scouting for antelope. But I imagine they'll be a little busier today, but it's pretty quiet here this morning.
I think your windshield needs cleaning.
Pretty good back there. He's just on the wrong side of the fence right now, but it looks like he's looking for a place to cross. He's probably needs maybe another year or so, but he's really long prongs on him and maybe 14 inches in length. I mean, good solid buck, but I think we'll keep looking a little bit. But yeah, it looks like he definitely wants to come this way. Let's drive up a little, maybe get a little better look at him. We saw a buck yesterday that was kind of really funky looking. I think we just spotted him again. He's not a big buck, but he's cool looking.
Yeah, yesterday they took off before we even got a good look at him.
Yeah. Look at the weirdest horns. They actually come forward and then they just tip like that down. Definitely not a big buck, but he's pretty cool looking. He's heavy though, like he might be an older buck. Well, we were looking at this buck. He was, I don't know, probably close to a mile away, and the heat waves are so bad. So we decided just to drive down this road to see if we had a closer look, and stopped here, and lo and behold, he comes running to us. So we've got a pretty good look at him now. He's a really nice, solid buck. Like he's probably 15. He score kind of mid 70s, I think. So, you know, for what we've seen so far, you know, he's definitely a nice buck. Lots of weight on him. Like he's a big, mature buck. It's not a super high scoring buck, but I definitely have to take a second look at him tomorrow morning.
Definitely pays to pre-scout, doesn't it?
It definitely pays to pre-scout a lot, because the big thing here is, you know, there's a fair number of tags given out in this zone, so you want to know what buck you want to be on first thing Monday morning and get on them. So we'll keep an eye on this guy today, and we'll keep looking for that other one. But the problem is now they're just moving so much. We're right at the tail end of the rut here. And his bucks are just going from doe to doe to doe. So, I mean, he could be 2 or 3 miles away from here, but, you know, we looked at all the bucks in this pasture yesterday and he wasn't here. So he's definitely a new player, but hopefully he hangs around. You know, kind of watching this area kind of yesterday and today, and there's 3 does out here that hardly moving anywhere, but there's been just bucks coming and going. There's 2 bucks out there now, and we've seen them both before, and one's quite a small buck, and then the other one, he's, I don't know, probably a 13 and a half, 14-inch buck. You know, he's okay, but not what we're looking for. But there was a big buck here this morning, and then there was one buck we saw yesterday, kind of a funky looking buck that we haven't been able to find again. So I think we're definitely keep an eye on this area though, because there's been a lot of, you know, buck activity through here, probably more consistent than anywhere we've seen. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Defense Aerosols, bear spray for when your life depends on it. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine. Midland Radio's communication for every adventure. Well, it's opening morning here of our antelope season in southern Alberta, and we had a good early start this morning. We never put any antelope to bed last night, which is a first for me, but did see, you know, probably a couple shooters each day, so I think we're just going to play it like we're scouting again, just kind of cover some of the spots that we did see some good antelope in, but those big bucks are just so on the move right now that the person's just going to have to get lucky and, you know, kind of see them moving toward you and then move and try to intercept them and, you know, get in front of them. But we got about another, I don't know, maybe 20 kilometers to go here, and then we'll kind of claim our spot in case anyone else is out and about this morning, and then we'll just sit and kind of wait till first light, and we'll just start glassing and see what happens. I wish I had a brilliant plan to tell you about today, but we're just kind of going by the seat of our pants, and we'll see what we see. Well, we just, there's kind of bucks all around us here all of a sudden. You know, we just saw a buck up on the ridge here, and I think we saw that one buck yesterday. He's quite long and really tips in. Didn't have much for prongs on him, but he's a nice buck, probably one of the better ones we've seen here. So he was, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of a mile over that way. So I think what we're going to do is just head down a little ways in the truck, and then there's some actually hills there, but it looks like we can climb up out over. So go check them out, get a little closer look at them. But yeah, we just, once that sun came up, it was just activity central here. We saw him just up on a ridge running north, and then we looked across on the north pasture, and there was 3 does out there, so I imagine that's where he's headed. We've got some pretty good topography to get within probably a couple 100 yards of those does. So I think we're just going to go out there, kind of sit and wait and see if he comes, and if he doesn't come there, then we'll come back and maybe see where he went. But good to go. Those does they'd come this way a little bit, so we need to kind of go out and around this way. I don't see him anywhere, but this rolling terrain's nice when you're trying to sneak on something, but it's hard when you don't know what you're sneaking on, so we'll just go careful here. kind of moving like that. We just spotted them out here. I don't think they've seen us, but they're quite a ways further to the left than I thought. Vanessa thought they were there, but now they're kind of moving back this way, so. I think there's a wellhead over here. We'll try and sneak around, and at least we got some cover there. See what happens. At least we're out here in the game. And they're only about 800 yards away right now, so. There might be another antelope running to them. And just all these bucks are cruising right now, and I think there is a hot doe in this group. I think there's got to be 4 or 5 bucks in there now, and they're all kind of chasing that one doe. So, well, let's just keep working our way up here and see what happens. This segment is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood. Perfectly straight out there, so when we get to that ridge, we'll probably be in range. Shooting this Sacco S20 and 6.5 PRC, and I know I killed an elk last year at 576 with it, so I think if we can get within 400 or 500 yards of those antelope, we should be where we need to be. We're quickly running out of topography here. Can't get a range on them. Get that ridge in the way. Yeah, we've seen a couple bucks mount that one doe, so I'm guessing she's well in heat, and they're with her right now. So the good thing is they're pretty preoccupied. So we've kind of got a bit of a natural drainage almost here. So we'll go up to there and we can get up to that ridge, and then that may put us within 400 or 500 yards of them if we can see them. There's just so many. It looks so flat out here, but there's so many rolls. He's kind of towards the back of that group.
Walking?
No, he's standing still. 432. Just gonna crawl up here. I can see him, I just can't get the crosshair on him.
Are you sitting on the butt?
No, it's too far for that. I'm gonna try. Sounded good.
It sounded like a really good hit. I thought I saw him go down.
Last range I got on him was 414, so just this, the way this topography is, it was too far to be sitting up to shoot, so I wanted to get laying down. And he finally turned broadside for me, and I could tell where his body was in the grass, so it really sounded solid. Oh yeah, beautiful buck. Gorgeous. Yeah, a little more prong than I thought he had even. But cool. They curl in. But oh yeah, beautiful buck.
Oh, gorgeous buck.
All right, gonna get him tagged quickly, and then we'll get to the work of field dressing him. Outdoor Quest TV is also brought to you by these sponsors.